All right, everybody. Jason Sloan here with Dave Carroll with Dope Marketing.
What up?
So Dave's been around for quite a while, as you guys may know, and making a big splash right now and Win the Storm and probably some other shows. So Dave, tell us a little bit about how you got started in the industry.
Yeah, so my background, I own a cleaning company here in the Twin Cities. I started that, it's almost 12 years ago now. We got into the industry. I was 25, had no clue what I was doing. It took 4 of me and my knucklehead buddies to carry a 24-foot ladder out of Home Depot. And I think all of us know that's not a 5-man job, but we figured that out. I was scaling that business, and I realized it wasn't my passion, like owning a cleaning company. And so I started a small software company. We got some traction with that. We're making a little dough. And then I ended up in a lawsuit with this staffing company from Canada that I was hiring developers for. So I was like, oh, this isn't as easy as I thought it was. That wasn't a fun situation, but learned some lumps, got some stuff. And what the software did was it exposed me to the world of data. And that's my background. That's my specialty, is I am a data audience targeting nerd, like more than anyone that you can think of. And I saw the power of a list, and you can have the best list in the world or the worst list. Like Jason, we were talking about that list that you got, before we went on. Like, you can have the greatest list or you can have not the greatest list, but it's about what you can do with that list. And so I saw very quickly that direct mail was the path. When we were selling data to people, they needed to use it to do direct mail. I had started to send like 100,000 pieces of mail a month through my cleaning company because success leaves clues. That's what I saw guys that were in the position that I wanted to be in. That's what they were doing. And so about 3 years ago, we started building our software, Dope 360, which makes direct mail simple. We do radius mailing. We can sell you data on there. We have a Zapier integration to automate all this stuff. Some other cool bells and whistles, but it brought Dope Marketing is powered by our software, Dope 360. And the most powerful feature we have on there is our neighborhood blitz tool. And so as we were starting this business, we were brokering mail out, sending it around the country for other people to fulfill. And I didn't have that control. People would ask for their tracking, or they would want to know why the quality of a card or a letter was this. And, if you would have told me, Jason, 3-4 years ago that I'd own a print shop, I'd probably tell you were crazy. But fast forward, here we are. I'm sitting in my print shop that we spent a couple $1 million building, and we sell direct mail and we try to make it simple.
All right, great. So why direct mail? I mean, I know a lot of people have gone away from it. Why do you think it's still a great avenue for marketing?
So I feel like what happened last year was that, the world, no one knew what was going to happen. Starting in March of last year, people were losing their jobs. They had to stay at home, and direct mail went down like 70%. If you remember your mailbox last year, the real estate guy wasn't in there. The dentist wasn't in there. The chiropractor, the restaurant, that junk mail wasn't there. But people wanted a form of intimacy. They were at their house, this instant gratification, Amazon Prime, DoorDash, bring me my groceries. And digital marketing continued to get more and more diluted. Like, Jason, if I asked you, what are the last 5 Facebook ads you saw? I have no idea. It'd be like asking me, what are the 3 billboards on the freeway when I'm leaving the office? I have no clue. But when you can take and put together a cross-channel marketing strategy, so your website looks like your truck wrap, looks like your t-shirt, looks like your door hanger, looks like your Facebook ad, looks like your flyer, looks like your postcard. It gets very, very, very powerful. And so direct mail is so important nowadays. As technology advances, it's like our tool allows contractors, home service, roofing companies to send targeted direct mail to a list of homeowners with no minimum order. Like, you don't have to send 10,000 pieces. It's not a spray and pray anymore. It's like, you want to do a job and you want to send postcards to the 50 neighbors of that house, letting them know that you have a job coming up, or you just finished a build and you want to send a piece of direct mail to the nearest 100 homeowners. That house was built more than 10 years ago. It's over 2,500 square feet and it's worth more than 400K. Like, we're dope marketing. That's what we can help you do.
Sweet. So, what are the 3 things a roofer can do to blitz a neighborhood?
Yeah, so the biggest thing is staying consistent. So like we're already out, knocking doors, shaking hands, kissing babies, saving cats from trees, like whatever we're doing all day, right? That's already going to be happening. But I always use this analogy about like Home Depot, right? Like you go on Home Depot's website, you look at the lawnmower. You don't buy the lawnmower, but you go into Home Depot and you're shopping and maybe you go look at it again. Then you leave there, you see the billboard, you get home. You got the newspaper, there's a Home Depot ad. You look on TV, there's a commercial. You look in the mail, there's a postcard. You go online, the lawnmower's following you around, and you're like, oh, Home Depot, you got me. I trust you. Like you gave me that warm and fuzzy, that emotional feeling, that engagement. Years ago, a small business owner couldn't do that. You couldn't have the budget. There wasn't the technology. So now, if you want to get in front of a neighborhood and blitz a neighborhood, it's a relatively simple strategy. Take a postcard, right? I usually got a couple of these things floating around on my desk. So you take a postcard, right? You're going to get these postcards. You're going to get them sent to your house. You're going to do a video. Hey, this is Dave over at Lions Share Maintenance. If you live in this neighborhood, you're probably going to see this postcard in the next week or two. So keep your eye out in the mailbox. You run that Facebook ad. Warm the audience up. It's your digital billboard. You put a direct mail campaign together. You know these are going to hit in 7 to 10 days or something like that. So you know the mail is going to hit. Day 2, 3 before the mail is going to hit, go out, pop out yard signs. Not only in the yards that you're building, at the stop signs coming out of those neighborhoods, on the freeway exits as they're getting off, coming out of Target, coming out of the gas station. Get their gears turning, get them thinking. Then what are you doing? The age-old trick, right? You're going out in the morning, you're knocking, you're putting out door hangers to come back around in the afternoon to see who took the door hanger, because I'm probably going to go knock on your door. What happened? The mail hit that day or the day before. Your Facebook ads are running. They saw the yard signs. They saw your truck. They saw the door hanger. Now you're doing exactly what Home Depot was doing, but in a small, laser-focused, granular area where you're not spending $20,000 or $20 million, whatever, to do this. A couple grand, you can create that same feeling or emotion as a Fortune 500 company, blitz a neighborhood, get in front of them, keep up on best practices, and be prepared. Like, that's the biggest thing, is like, you can talk about all this stuff, but if you're the guy that was in Dallas last night calling us today, like, how fast can you get me yard signs? Like, it's probably going to take a week, dude. Like, let's keep it funky. You got to be prepared to do all this stuff. So it's one thing, we talk about the great show they had out in New Orleans. It's one thing to win the storm. It's another thing to be prepared for the storm, because that's actually how you win the storm. And
yeah, and that's where I come from with the supplements. We deal with people in the winter. It's like, I don't care if you don't send me something for 6 months. We'll have you prepared. We'll have you ready in our system. And when you're ready to send us jobs, send them to us. So I feel the same way. So we were looking into your stuff. I was looking at your website, and you guys got some new stuff going on in some packages. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so we got a couple things, dope marketing. We got to keep it kind of dope over here. Three things that we're really, really focused on. So I talked about the neighborhood blitz, or what we can do the most for a roofing company right now. There's 3 things, and I'll put them in order. The first thing is we can give you the ability to send mailings, no minimum order, no monthly cost, free design templates. We'll give you the data for free. We're going to make it so easy it'd be crazy to not do it. We want you sending mail to the neighbors of houses that you're knocking, that you just inked a job, that you just finished a build. That's where we're going to provide a lot of value, is our neighborhood blitz tool. Again, we'll give you a handful of free postcard designs. We'll give you the list. You tell us what we need to do to make it easy for you to send direct mail. That's our job over here. That's what we're going to do. Second thing we have going on is our handwritten direct mail. And so because we're on video here, I can show everybody this cool stuff. So check this out. Does that look like a human didn't write that?
It looks like a human wrote it. I was gonna say I have send out cards, and when I seen that, I was like, because I have some associates in other industries with networking, and they're like, but it doesn't look the same. And I'm like, so when I seen yours, I'm like, I'm gonna tell all my friends about your stuff, you know?
Dude, like, so we get them in the mail, right? Like my wife for her Escalade, she gets a thing in the month, a mail every month. Hey, we'll buy your Cadillac for $44,000. Come trade your 2018 in for a 22, whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's printed. It's like Fugazi. It's like you can tell that it's not actually. This is like a pen holding for any of you guys that were out at the show, or if you've seen our videos online. Like we got 20 of these things upstairs humming. They are writing with a pen. 12 different variations of each upper and lowercase letter. Like you can't tell that Grandma or Dave or Jason didn't write this. So handwritten direct mail packages and putting together strategy. Let's go back to the blitz. Pick a neighborhood. You know they had damage or they have an expiring storm. Put together a letter, like something like this, where they're going to see this is just the conversation you're having at the door or whatever, complemented with a handwritten note in an envelope that was, my desk was in such a mess, I could probably find one of these. In a handwritten, I mean, tell me, Jason, if you got that to your house with a stamp on it, are you opening it?
Yeah. Probably somebody sent it to me, even if it's somebody I don't know, it's handwritten.
And what were we talking about before the call? It's like, it's more exciting than an email. An email is diluted now. It's like the world has come full circle. Email marketing was the shit like, what, 10 years ago, 15 years ago? It's like, oh, I'm going to sneak in their inbox and whatever. Dude, I got like 600 emails today. I've read like 12 of them. Like it's hard when you're busy all day to keep up on your email or find value or whatever. But if this is sitting at your house when you get home with a stamp on it, no company logo, no nothing, just your name, you're going to pop it open. You're going to see the whatever they're talking about. And then you're going to get a note that you're like, oh man, these people sat down. I'm feeling those Home and Depot warm and fuzzies again. I might have to. You're not going to send a handwritten piece every single month, but you're going to lead with a handwritten piece, tell them something, and then we can drip a postcard on them every, 2-3 weeks after that for a couple weeks to get it together. The last and one of my favorite things that we're doing right now is our dope pixel. So I've been waiting about a year to get this license. And what we can do is we can give a pixel for you to put on your website, just like you would the Facebook pixel. Doesn't slow it down, isn't crazy, doesn't do anything to your site. You wouldn't even know it's there. Besides the fact that we can collect 30 to 40% of the name, address, and email address of people that visit your website without them filling out a form. And then, of course, at Dope Marketing, what are we going to do? We're going to automate a postcard behind that. So people that visit your site get an introduction card, and it's not like, hey, I'm really creepy and you just visited my website. Will you give me some money? It's like a branding play or a first-time offer or whatever. And what we can do, we can add a suppression list. So you upload your customer list or whatever, a list of people you don't want to get the postcard if they visit your website. We can exclude people. There's a lot of science, a lot of technology. And so you guys will hear me say all the time, like, our job as business owners, as entrepreneurs, it's keeping up with best practices. And so best practices nowadays is understanding what technology is available to be able to create intimacy with your customers. If you get 1,000 website visitors a month and we can grab 200, 300, 400 and automate a postcard to them, those 10, 20% that respond to that postcard that are very warm because they visited your site, it's not like you're going to be able to go buy a Bentley tomorrow off doing this, but a handful of offers or deals or whatever are going to come in that otherwise weren't there.
Yeah, and you're setting yourself apart. It's kind of like when you do meet with that homeowner and you're the guy that uses synthetic felt, or we're a certified contractor with GAF or Owens Corning or whatever. All these little things that add to help companies out. And like
the badges, the stuff, all of it, right?
And your stuff is set up so it's not just for big companies. You have it set up so smaller companies can get involved, and when their momentum starts going, they can keep it rolling.
So We are built for the small and medium-sized business. Now we have some really big clients. We're working with our guys out at like Crest is one of the big names. Some of the other guys, you guys know the regular cast of characters. Like we can work with companies that size. Our bread and butter is the small and medium-sized guys that don't have the huge budget, that might not have 30 grand to dump on a marketing campaign. You can come to like we got guys on that Radius mailing tool that do 5 builds a week. And every build, they do 50 postcards before the build and 100 after. They're spending a couple $100 a week with us getting direct mail out. I would challenge anyone that hasn't sent direct mail before, call your local Minuteman Press and ask them if they'll send 100 postcards for you tomorrow. Probably won't be too ecstatic with doing that for you. We love those jobs. Like we will welcome that stuff all day. So big, small, whatever. Guys, we're a data-driven print shop. So yard signs, door hangers, business cards, flyers, we do it all. We just bring technology to the table with the direct mail platform that we built to make that part simple. Because if you look at all the different hats you wear in your business, specifically with advertising, direct mail is going to be the hardest campaign that you would put together as a business owner or entrepreneur or sales manager. We take the 2-3 weeks that it would take to put direct mail together, and we make that 20-30 seconds. We make that pretty easy.
Sweet, sweet. And then what size signs do you guys have?
It's custom. So we can do like 18 by 24 is going to be your standard yard sign, like something this size. I know that's such a good visual, my big white board, but
yeah,
18 by 24 is going to be standard. But like we can do die cut signs. We can do the oversized ones. We can do the 12 by 18s. The beauty of print is it's a blank canvas. And as I learn again, I'm never going to tell you guys that I'm like the expert printer more than the guy who's owned a print shop for 100 years. What I will tell you is that the audience targeting is where we stand out. But I'm a stickler on quality, man. If your postcard doesn't sound like that and have some quality to it, and you have this little paper, thin, flimsy, I know what I like, and that's what I do for our customers, selfishly.
Yeah. I had a contractor I worked with doing estimates, and I actually did all the checking out all the neighborhoods and everything for him, all the houses. Yeah. And he would do something similar, but he would pay somebody to go hand out flyers, around the neighborhood. And it was like, hey, we're going to be doing a build. It might be a bit loud, blah, blah, blah. And he was funny about it. And but his note was the most ghetto looking print thing. It was not good, but that guy would kill neighborhoods. And he also had the largest signs I had ever seen. They were twice as big. Basically, you flip the normal sign vertically, and he had to
do it twice. Yeah, like what is it, like 36 by 48 or something? People ask for those, and they're great. They're great until you get the bill it's going to cost to ship them from Minnesota to wherever you're at in the country. Like,
yeah, but that's why you get them. Like I would get them in 100 packs.
Yeah. We can do. That's the thing. That's the game with everything in life, right? It's like quantity is going to get you to where you want to go. But back to your question about like the small or the medium-sized guy, we can start someone anywhere, whether the signs, the door hangers, the postcards, whatever it is. Like there's no order too small or too big for us. We can.
Yeah. And I was seeing you had that one package. What is that? What is there a standard, like that small package?
Business bundle.
Yeah.
So what we allow you guys to do is if you, instead of like buying one, like buy your business cards, then buy your door hangers, then buy your trifolds, we will allow you to consolidate 3 or more items, and then you get a bigger discount as you add more products. And what that allows us to do is house your design files. So now when you want to reorder, it's just quick, it's easy. You get to talk to a human here. We're not Vistaprint. We're not GotPrint. It's not going to be some robot doing a whatever. It's like we're a customer service company that just happens to print things. And so we allow people to come in, create a business bundle for the items and the products you need for your company. We have that on file now. You hire some new sales guys, or you're opening a new territory or whatever. The easy reordering on demand through your rep, we make that super simple. And we incentivize that through bigger discounts.
One more thing that I had seen, the guy next to our booth that was one away from you guys, he said he got his background from you guys. So you guys do that stuff too also, right?
So we do all the trade show stuff too, the backdrops, we did all the signage for Win the Storm for SVG. We wrapped those pillars. If you saw the pillars, had all the stuff all over them, all the pop-up banners, the backdrops, all that stuff. Like, here's the thing. It's like printers joke, like, if you called your printer locally, they'd probably try to sell you a bag of weed if they could. Like, these guys will sell anything that isn't bolted to the table. Like, so for us, we try to get a little more granular than like, hey, we'll do everything for you. But dude, we're just honest. If we don't produce something internally and you call me and you're like, Dave, I need keychains and some other weird hats or something. We're like, Jason, I don't print that internally, but I have a vendor. I'm going to give you my price. I'm going to put 10% on it. You're going to pay shipping. Let's put it in your bundle.
Yeah.
Make it easy.
That's good. Good. Yeah.
For sure.
All right. Well, anything else before we close out?
No, man. I appreciate you having me, man. It's always good to chat. We're pretty easy to get a hold of over here at Dope Marketing. Look us up online. I'm the balding guy on the internet yelling and swearing and smoking cigarettes. Don't tell my wife I was supposed to quit. We just found out we're having our fourth child is on the way in November, so I'm not supposed to be smoking. So if you see me on the internet with a bogey in my ear, yeah, don't tell the wife.
So you guys can reach Dope Marketing at 612-293-3878. Again, that's 612-293-3878 or at dopemarketing.com. And like you said, or you can just search the internet and you'll find them all over the place.
Pretty easy.
And if you guys need any supplements or estimates, you know who to contact.
Absolutely. Jason, appreciate you for having me, dude.
Yeah. Have a good one.
See you guys soon.